Podcasts are hot right now. How do I know? Well, you're listening to one right now, aren't you? But you might be wondering, how on earth do I get my voice out there and start my own podcast? It all seems so intimidating. Between hosting and platforms and monetization, it can get real complicated real quick. Well, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. We started this podcast over 2 years ago, not knowing clue one on how to do it. So how do we do it? We did it with Anchor. Anchor is the free podcast app with creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. And Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on all the platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. And everybody likes money, right? Well, you can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So go right now, download the free Anchor app, or go to Anchor FM to get started. It's the e-commerce minute, your daily dose of e-commerce, tech, and retail news with your hosts, Bart Mraz and John Suter. The e-commerce minute is a production of Sumo Heavy, a digital commerce consulting firm in Brooklyn, New York, and Philadelphia. Find us on the web at sumoheavy.com. You got your microphone on? What is this cable for?
Wait, are we?
It's been a while. We haven't recorded in 20-something days. Hey, everybody. We're back. We're back with the show, the e-commerce minute. Back with our same cast of characters for season 4. I'm John Suter, and we also have Bart Mraz and Brittany Blackman. We're all back in our chairs, back in the recording studios.
Did you just rename her?
I just renamed her.
It's been that long of a break.
I haven't spoken into a microphone in about 20-something days, so let's hope that I press the record button and the show gets recorded. So how was the holidays? How did everybody do? Brittany, let's start with you. Anything to report?
Well, I was super, super sick Christmas Day.
Oh, did you have the flu?
No, not quite.
Or what they call the Irish flu?
Yeah, I did. I did have the Irish flu.
Thoughts and prayers.
You know what I mean? It's the local hometown dive bar shenanigans where you have to be belligerent to tolerate the kids you went to high school with the whole time. So then Christmas Day, I was supposed to cook, and I woke up at 9 a.m. and I was like, well, I know what I'm not doing today. But besides that, very anticlimactic.
Is your family speaking to you anymore?
Yeah, they felt bad for me. Honestly, that's how bad it was. Like, it's bad when your parents don't scold you. They feel bad for you. That's how you know you're like not okay.
I would have, John, I think our parents would just make fun of us.
Yeah, I would just get made fun of. So my holiday, it seemed like I did nothing but run in circles until January 1st. And then I just couldn't take it anymore. I had to just decompress for a couple of days. Nothing outstanding, just a lot of family business and running around the city and, trying to maximize my minimums and, make the most of the time. But Bart, you had yourself a lovely trip. You totally checked out, didn't you?
I finally did. It took me a while. Well, this was vacation, but it was also my honeymoon.
Yeah.
Because, we got pretty busy after the wedding, and I finally took my honeymoon. I thought it was going to take me more days. We got there Thursday. By Friday, I was checked out.
It's been years since I went on an actual vacation where I wasn't running around like doing stuff. But I know in past experience, it takes me 2 or 3 days to finally just go, oh yeah.
I think, what it was, I think we had a really, really, really busy season, and it was just crazy and a lot of stuff going on, and I think that's just like accumulated. And by Friday, I got there Friday, we got some good beers, got good cigars, and I just was done.
Well, he also went to the Florida Keys, so that
sunny Florida Keys where the weather was awesome.
Yeah, it's funny. Bart's having trouble making the transition. It is January 7th, and he's sitting in the studio here with flip-flops, drinking coffee out of a coconut with a crazy straw, like Michael Scott looking hat. So
yeah, people I think it'll take me funny on the street when I'm shorts, flip-flops,
Yeah, I think it'll take a couple days for you to reacclimate, but I think you'll be all good. Anyway, so let's get the show started. This is season 4 of the e-commerce minute. And a little housekeeping here. We want to thank our loyal listeners. We've had over 100,000 downloads since the beginning of our podcast. We crossed that threshold just before New Year's Eve on 2019. We want to thank our listeners. That may not sound like a lot if you're like, Joe Rogan style podcast, because he gets 100,000 downloads a minute. But we have a small, and I would like to think, and you guys can correct me, I think we have a small but loyal audience that kind of likes our show and Our numbers are consistent. We're not Joe Rogan and we're not the Daily. So we really don't even plan to be. This little podcast of ours started as a little experiment, but we're all very happy that you're here to join us. So guys, you want to start the show?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, let me just find the script. It's eCommerce Minute, episode 617.
In today's episode, Rent the Runway partners with W Hotels.
A few weeks back in podcast 566, Rent the Runway freezes new subscriptions. We broke the news that Rent the Runway, the billion-dollar clothing rental service aiming to transform how women shop, had stopped accepting new customers due to an operations breakdown. The mishap resulted in tons of canceled orders in a customer service catastrophe. But don't count them out. Rent the Runway is bouncing back. Rent the Runway has teamed up with Marriott's W Hotels brand to launch a one-of-a-kind rental experience at 4 locations: W Aspen in Colorado, W South Beach in Florida, W Washington, D.C., and W Hollywood in California. Guests who book a room at one of the 4 of the hotel's properties will be given access to the Rent the Runway's unlimited closet collection for $69. Nice. The subscription service is called RTR Closet Concierge. The service also puts together curated selections of items to fit the needs of travelers to each of the specific locations. When you book a room in a W hotel, you will receive a note from Rent the Runway that gives you the option to choose 4 styles from their assortments. As we mentioned, the cost for a 4-day rental is $69, but there is also an 8-day option that varies in price depending on availability. Rent the Runway will then ship the selection to the hotel in advance of your arrival. The hotel will hang the clothes in the room before you arrive. Rent the Runway will also have mini closets stocked with various outfits at the 4 hotels in case sizes don't work or if users want to add on additional items during their stay. At checkout time, guests are expected to drop off the clothes at the hotel's welcome desk. The hotel then returns the items to Rent the Runway. Rent the Runway also has drop-off locations for customers in WeWork locations and at Nordstrom stores. And on top of all this, the company has recently opened its own stores. In May of this year, a large flagship store opened in San Francisco, and other store locations are in New York, Chicago, Washington, D.C., and Santa Monica. Rent the Runway is back on a roll.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they are.
We think.
We think.
It appears as if.
It
Well, I
appears
guess-
as if.
Yeah, it's a good story for them to come back, right? Like finally doing something different.
Yeah, let's put aside all the problems that they've had in the past. I think this is a great idea, especially for now. Let's read between the lines here. They're doing this at W Hotels, so obviously we're appealing to a certain kind of client, a certain kind of demographic, a traveler who is more slightly affluent. But that being said, if you are someone that travels a lot for business, or you're just basically a traveler and you are in Denver and you're going to Miami, this is perfect because then you can say, let me go to Rent the Runway, pick out a couple of Miami style outfits because Miami is not the same temperature as Denver. Spend a couple days in Miami, go out to your fancy dinners, whatnot. As you check out, you throw the clothes across the counter at the concierge and it lands on his head.
Here.
You roll out to your Uber and go to the airport. I think it's great. All
Yeah.
joking aside, I think it's a great idea.
Yeah,
No,
it's
it's
cool.
great.
I've never seen anything really like it before.
You don't have to return it. You don't have to do anything with it. It's good.
I don't know how this honestly wasn't a thing before.
Yeah, as I was reading it this morning, I'm like, why wasn't this thought of earlier? The logistics of it, besides transporting the dirty and clean clothes back and forth. Hotels do all this type of real hands-on kind of handsy stuff.
Yeah, they do. There's also there's a whole bunch of services. Remember one of them was on Shark Tank, I think, where you can ship your stuff to the hotel, and when you're done, you ship it back. Remember a whole clothing box thing. Remember
like
that?
A trunk, right?
Yeah. It was one of those. I'm like, that's great. For business travel, I don't think it makes sense. For men, at least. I'm sorry.
They don't have it for men yet.
But there's no need.
Yeah.
Dude. How many times I've been to conferences for a few days and I could do a backpack and be fine.
Because men have their designated outfits.
You have a designated outfit, right? You pick jeans, and most of now the conferences are jeans, and it's nobody cares. But I get how this works for women, which is, I think, great. You don't have to, everything's pressed.
Yeah, it's cool.
Right? So
I'd use it.
I think that'd be cool.
I would never have anything nice enough to wear nice clothes to. I feel like, personally, me picturing the trajectory of my life.
All right.
Miss, why is there tequila all over this dress?
No, exactly. I'm like a nice pants type of gal.
Nice pants. Suit pants.
Yes, literally a pantsuit. But I'm picturing like a type of thing here, a situation here where somebody like accidentally packs away the clothes. You know what I mean? Like,
But then you can
it, and then you could send it back.
Well,
right?
you can send it back to Rent the Runway.
Or what if they like charge people? You know, like, okay, so for example, if I took like the pillows out of a hotel room, is it like the same protocol, do you think? You know what I mean?
No, so I bet you it's because Rent a Runway, you can do it now, right? So you just send it back.
Because that's their whole shtick.
Yeah, you would just send it back. I mean, they have to take it and clean it and stuff like that.
Right.
Pretty foolproof.
And I bet you that the W hotels are just sending it back for them anyway.
Yeah.
Right, they get Brittany's bag back, and they're like, "What is this senior frogs doing in this pile of laundry here?"
And a straw hat.
It's couture.
Yeah.
Couture. Yes, couture. It's from the Island Getaway collection from Brittany Blackman.
But it's not fast fashion.
Nope, it isn't.
It is fast fashion. You picked it up at the bar.
True.
It was fast on you.
True. It's quick fashion.
It's quick fashion.
Oh, we're funny today.
So Rent the Runway has been moving into other categories, including home goods and kids apparel. Very interesting. I think the kids apparel angle is quite interesting because of how quickly kids apparel turns. But yet you still see parents dressing their 2-year-olds up in $85 Ralph Lauren button-down polo shirts.
It's adorable.
It's adorable.
Okay.
I mean, don't you love the moms that have the kid with the little Timberlands? But he wears them for like, I'm taking from experience, he wears them for about 2 weeks and then it's gone.
I love small things so much. Like, I'm obsessed with
dress
little
them up
things.
like
little sneakers are adorable.
Oh, and I see these little Uggs. I see
The
these
little-
little
I know,
Uggs.
yeah, but they'll wear them for
And
literally
I'm like,
Yeah, they'll wear them for 2 weeks. But
I
you
might
get
have
the little
to-
boy, his little Macklemore haircut, his
Oh.
polo shirt, and his nice jeans, and then his little Timberlands.
I truly might have to splurge on at least one nice pair of baby shoes because they kill me. Like, they seriously kill me. It's like small luxuries. Like,
Before I had my kid, I thought we were going to have a girl, and I was buying Eagles cheerleader outfits and doing all kinds of shit.
Oh my God, why did you think it was a girl? Did you just assume?
I was just a guess. It was just a guess.
No.
I wanted a girl. Thank God I didn't have one.
Really? John, I never imagined you being somebody who wants to be a girl dad.
Nobody would ever imagine me being a father either, but that's a whole other story. Love you, Ryan.
You just have a clone of yourself.
Shout out to Ryan.
Yeah, and now I have a kid who looks exactly like me.
Oh my God, that's cute. That's a funny story. We'll have to talk more about that.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's a show for another day.
Yeah, that's a different.
All right, let's close this up with a little stat time. Rent the Runway's original service offers one-off dress rentals for special occasions, but more than 70% of the company's revenue now comes from monthly subscription service for everyday clothing. So they are evolving. Rent the Runway now has 5 retail, quote-unquote, stores of the future and employs nearly 1,800 people, all of whom have equalized benefits across the organization, 93% of whom are female and or non-white, with 80% of leaders who are women. That is a very specific stat there, Brittany. Thank you.
Yep.
For some clarification, what the store of the future is, I don't know why it's the store of the future. Has 3,000 pieces of merchandise curated daily. The store includes stylists, a coffee cart, space for evening programming and networking events, desk space for co-working, a beauty bar, and some 20 dressing rooms. Think of it like your gym or your Starbucks. It's part of what you do on a daily basis. And also, these little amenities help pay that New York rent. Thank you very much.
Tea. That's the first tea of 2020.
That's right. First tea, the first sampling of tea for 2020. You guys got anything else?
I think a store of the future just kind of sounds like a department store.
You have to have the echo, though. Store of the future.
Oh,
All right, guys got anything else?
Nope.
All right, that's your e-commerce minute for today. Welcome to season 4. We'll see you on the internet tomorrow. That's it for today's show. If you like the show, do us a favor and subscribe or leave us a review on iTunes. And don't forget, you can now listen to the e-commerce minute on your Amazon device. Just add e-commerce minute to your flash briefing. And finally, if you have a comment or suggestion or just want to say hi, find us on social media at Sumo Heavy.